I started my ride at 6 in the morning. I thought Dieng would still be asleep, but the town was awake. People were coming back from their sunrise hike at Sikanir Hill. I was headed to see the multicolored lake of Telaga Warna, but somewhere I missed a turn. Maybe that's the thing about travel. The wrong turns often feel like the right ones. After a long stretch on that bumpy road, I reached a viewpoint. And there it was, Telaga Warna. One side green, the other slightly brown. In the distance, hills with farming patterns looked like abstract art. And I just stood there, lost in the beauty of Dieng Plateau. After a cup of coffee, I rode towards Arjuna Temple. Morning light still soft around me, with a few vehicles moving through the early traffic. The road slowly waking up with the day. Walking through Arjuna Temple feels like stepping into a page of history. Green mountains all around, clouds drifting through them, giving it a heavenly feeling. And in the distance, quietly watching over it all, stood Mount Sondoro. After spending some time at the temple, I rode to the village market for breakfast and local coffee, sitting at a small cafe, watching the street go by, while a cat played around nearby. Around 9:30, I checked out of the hotel and started riding out of Dieng. On the way, I saw a group of local friends riding together ahead of me. And for a moment, watching them laugh and ride side by side, I felt how beautiful friendship really is. Some journeys are shared, and some quietly teach you how to be alone. The road slowly descended through the mountains. Views hidden yesterday by the clouds and rain were finally opening up. I couldn't stop looking at Gunung Sundoro. My eyes were still getting used to the sight of volcanoes. I had only seen them in movies as a kid. And now, seeing one rise so silently in front of me felt strange, unreal, almost hard to believe. The road carried me above quiet stretches of farmland. I stopped by the farming fields for a while. Green and brown patches spread across the hills, forming patterns that felt almost too beautiful to be real. I kept riding through these fertile lands. Green mountains around me, blue skies above, and white clouds drifting slowly. The ride slowly brought me to the Tambi Tea Garden. Rows of tea plants stretching over the hills, the road weaving through endless green, wind brushing past in silence. Then I passed through the Tambi village. The plantations open up again. Mount Sondoro in the distance, standing silent over the landscape. I left the tea gardens behind as the road eased down to flat lands. Farmers selling local fruits appeared along the roadside, and I found myself thinking about the Dieng Plateau, how unique it is in so many ways. I've been to many hill stations in India, but this was my first in Indonesia. Imagining a volcano erupting and creating a high-altitude plateau like this on a tropical island is hard to picture. The road kept stretching ahead, slowly descending from the highlands. The air felt warmer now, the landscape opening up again. And along the roadside, simple houses and small settlements began to appear. Life slowly returning to the road as I kept riding past a town called Temanggung. Beyond Temanggung, the road led me into smaller, unheard villages, far away from the usual travel routes. This was deeper into the interiors of Java, away from highways, away from tourism, just the rhythm of local life. Fields on both sides, banana trees, bamboo plants, and tall coconut trees rising above everything, creating a quiet, tropical landscape. Small villages kept appearing along the way, simple, quiet, surrounded by dense vegetation. The road felt untouched. I noticed a few locals moving through this wilderness, some carrying hunting guns, heading deeper into the forest. Thick bamboo plantations started lining the road. After riding through these village roads, I joined the road towards Ketep Pass, and the road began climbing once more. After a while, another sleepy village passed by, and ahead, the volcanic mountain range slowly came into view. Clouds turning gray, hinting that rain might be close. Around 1 p.m., I reached Ketep Pass. This pass runs between two mountains, Gunung Merapi and Gunung Merbabu. When I arrived, Gunung Merapi was covered in clouds, and on the opposite side, I could see the crater of Gunung Merbabu. Then I spent some time at the museum there and had lunch with a cup of local Javanese coffee. And soon after, the rain came crashing down. I started riding again in the rain, the road now slowly descending from Ketep Pass. The world felt quieter as raindrops began fogging my view. The volcanic landscape that was so clear earlier now softened into mist and grey tones. Small settlements passed by along the way, people inside their homes, sheltered from the rain. Life felt still, almost paused under the heavy clouds. And Gunung Merbabu began to appear ahead, its peak covered in clouds. The rain kept falling steadily, sometimes harder, sometimes softer, and the road kept winding down through this calm, wet silence. After crossing the town of Boyolali, the clouds cleared for a while, and for a brief moment, I caught a glimpse of the majestic Gunung Merapi before the road slowly left it behind. As I descended further down, the rain slowly stopped. The clouds were left behind in the mountains, and once again, I was greeted by sunlight. The landscape began to change again. Fields stretched along both sides of the road, and I started seeing more people out on the streets. I was now passing through the outer parts of Surakarta before eventually joining the highway. Surakarta was the second major city I was passing through after Yogyakarta in Java. And once I joined the highway, tall buildings began appearing on the horizon. The quiet roads were now behind me, replaced by the sounds of a living city. Motorcycles, scooters, cars, and buses buzzed past together. After crossing Surakarta, the road slowly became quieter again. The city sounds faded behind me. I still had no definite plan for where I would end the ride that day. But ahead, clouds were gathering again on the horizon, and the sun had already set. As I crossed the town of Tawangmangu, the drizzle began again, and darkness slowly settled ahead on the road. I decided this would be where I stopped for the night. Still riding through the rain, I started scanning the roadside for a place to stay, and I finally stopped for dinner, letting the journey settle for the day. Soon after, I found a hotel and drifted into sleep, wrapped in warmth on this cold, rainy night.